don't know if y'all can see that. Trust nobody. Trust nobody. And I guess you can trust people. But as I'm going to talk about in this video, there's going to be some steps into trust. Today's video is about friends. Now, as I explained a while ago, at least in the last video that I did on friends, I explained my feelings of what I learned over the last, I would say, day or two. So, of course, it's been probably about a week since that video. And over here in Cali, me and my wife, we were getting ready, and then we had a conversation, and this conversation actually kind of brought us back to the whole friend subject. So with that being said, it reignited this video. So this is inspired by an earlier conversation with my wife. So with the friends thing, I already told you, friendly to all, friends to none. But as I stated in that video, I also said that everybody that's a part of this community right here that I'm starting would be more of a friend to me than those who've already been in my life. So with that being said, it draws a question. It draws a question. Who and how are you friends? Excuse me, I'm walking through something. Excuse me. Sorry. So, how do we establish friends and this whole setup with this community? Well, as I stated before, sorry, I'm walking by this thing. You get access to me as a friend when you're part of the process. Now, I said that in the last video, and I'm gonna say it again. You get access when you're a part of the process. So that just basically entails that if you're going to be a part of or you're going to be a friend of my life, you have to do something to grow with me in this community. This is not a free community. This is not a free community. At least my friendship is not going to be a free community anymore. I think I've given out community service to a lot of people over the years. And people who's been my friends, they know what I mean by that. They know that I've been hands down for the cause, drop anything that I'm doing to be there for you. But a lot of people are not stand-up people, and even family. And so, I mean, this is even going as far as even stretching family into this process too. So just know that I got 3 points to this video, and I already said one. You get access when you're part of the process. You get access when you're part of the process. If you're not trying to grow with me, that's cool. I mean, I get it. You know, I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. So you get access when you're part of the process. 2, trust is earned, not given. Trust is earned, not given. Granted, you see my shirt, trust nobody. You can't go out in life like that. I mean, that's the whole Tupac business, and of course, that's what, eventually got him killed. So, trust is given, not earned. Oh, I'm sorry. Trust is earned, not given. So you're looking at it like, okay, hey Terrell, I want to, jump into your little community. I want to be we're friends, right? We're cool. We've been cool for years, blah, 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 anything like that. You just got to know that I'm not just going to hand you the key to the kingdom or to the, whatever, the community. There's a buy-in. There's a buy-in. And that's my next point. There's a buy-in. So what's the buy-in? People would say, I gotta pay something. Not necessarily. What it is how can I help you and how can you help me? How can I help you and how you can help me? So the way that works is, if I can't help you, if there's just something that's going on in your life that I can't help you with, then I can't help you. However, if I can help you, that's the buy-in. That's the step forward. Because only then would we have established some rapport. Because other than that, if I can't help you and you can't help me, what are you doing? You're just a person sitting in the community hanging out. You want to go out for drinks and shit. You're basically wanting to be those kind of people where it's looked upon like, hey, I want to have a drink with you. I want to just lounge with you or whatever. And it's like, I don't need any more drinking buddies. This is not a party. I'm not inviting people over for drinks. So everybody's probably a little lost on this. So let me just make sure I'm clear on my point. We're trying to grow. So you get access when you're a part of the process. When you're doing something, when you're valuable within the community. I'm sorry, I'm moving all around too much, bringing a lot of light to the camera, sorry. But you get access when you're a part of the process, when you're doing something for the community. Trust is not given, it is earned. And there's a buy-in. And the buy-in is, how can I help you or how can you help me? Now that might sound a little like, that part sounds selfish, but the other part doesn't sound selfish, because it's more like, well, I'm here to help you. So I'm trying to bring forth some value in your life. If you're going through a problem, let me know what your problem is, and maybe there's a solution I have for you. Maybe there's a perspective I can, give you. But if there's nothing I can provide for you, and there's nothing of value that you could provide for me, what are you doing? So that's how I'm measuring out my friends these days. Sounds a little harsh, sounds a little bit structured, but that's how we got to treat life as a growing individual anyway, because at the end of the day, this world works on systems. This world works on systems. Sorry, keep trying to avoid this light. This world works on systems. So if you think about it, if you went into some kind of political office, I'm sure there's policies and things that you have to follow. Everything is, in the society, even though it's a chaotic society, everything works on a system. Everybody's moving on a system. So there's no access to anything without rules and regulations and policies and things of that nature. So with that being said, why shouldn't I treat your friendship like it's exactly that? Why would I just open up the door and say, hey, you're my friend, just because you and I have the same shirt or a common place that we frequent? It don't work like that. You have to prove yourself, because everybody, and it's not their fault, everybody run on patterns. So with people having patterns, you have to know that not everybody's gonna move the same way you want them to move. So if you can't move in a way of, hold on. If you can't move on the same accord that I'm moving on, then I really would say you don't have no value to me. So again, just to recap everything, you get access when you're part of the process. The trust is given, or I'm sorry, I keep saying that. It's earned, not given. And there is a buy-in, and the buy-in is, what can I do for you, and what can you do for me? Because only then you're not just hanging out. You're actually a part of the community, because I'm helping you in a situation and you're helping me in a situation, or you're helping the community in a situation. So really, actually, I wouldn't even say, what can you do for me? What can you do for the community? Because maybe there's something that you could do in a totality for the community as opposed to just for me. That makes more sense. So we'll go with that. It's not about me. It's about the community. But that's it, guys. Easy video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Another video in California. You're probably wondering where the hell I'm at. I'm over here right outside my brother-in-law's house. But I'm about to head back in because we're heading to a party. But guys, be easy. Have a good night. Peace.